And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Recording in progress.
Good morning and welcome to Make HOAG Money, the opportunity where you get to call trades to make me money. This is me. I'm the senior performance coach here at Top Step. I've got 40 years industry experience, more like 31 as an active trader. Been with Top Step since 2021, and it has been my pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to traders from all over the world. CFTC disclaimer. We are not suggesting that anybody purchase or sell any product or any security at any time. The spirit of this opportunity is for educational purposes only. Futures does contain substantial risk. These are leveraged products. You can lose more than your initial investment. We should only be using risk capital to trade with. Risk capital to me is money that I can afford to lose. Top Step offers you the opportunity to trade with their risk capital. Again, no solicitation to offer or buy anything. Past performances are never indicative of future results. And we look forward to seeing the rules here for Top Step. We do expect kindness and respect above everything. There's always differences of opinions in markets. It's what makes them so good. You can have a couple of people enabled to talk today. We're all going to be involved in the decision making. Content is helpful to make the decisions. I'll be polling the YouTube and the Zoom side. We're going to be using the chat rooms to discuss trades. We're going to focus on the MES for opportunities for Make HOAG Money, at least for now. We're not going to be trading just to trade. A very smart trader reminded me to put that in the rules. We're not taking losing trades, which is, of course, a joke. We know there are going to be losing trades in trading. We have to accept them, cut them, and move on. And feedback for Make HOAG Money is always vital. Feedback you can send to jhoagland@topstep.com, JHOAGLAND @topstep.com. Here's the platform. Here's what we're looking at. Who do we have? We have Ben. We have Rick. We're going to get Randolph in here. Ben, if you want to speak today, just let me know. There you go. Will, how relevant is the concept of the single print when it seems that when ranges were low and the index was much lower, it was more relevant? Seems several single ticks may be in same as a single tick. Any thoughts? Single ticks inside of a profile like these, good morning, Randolph, are excess. So the market had balance here, and then excess in the single TPOs, and then balance here. We also have excess on the high here, the late spike. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, everybody. Rick, Randolph, what's going on?
He's muted.
Yes, sir.
You were muted, Randolph.
Wait and watch.
Yep. How are you? Happy Siblings Day.
Well, good. And you?
Yeah, doing okay. I'm kind of excited.
Office finished yet?
No, I've got a few things that I'm getting framed, and as soon as it's done, we'll do a tour.
What are they predicting for CPI?
Hang on a second. So currently, the CPI is, the month over month, they're looking for 0.4 when it was 0.5 last time. Year over year, they're looking for 5.2 where the previous one was 6. They're looking for a drop in the CPI numbers. What's it?
So
What's
if it comes out higher,
If it comes out hot,
is that bearish or bullish?
I would say that would be bearish because it's going to incite higher rates by the Fed. And that's a guess. I am not an economist. So here we go. We've got about 1 minute left. We're opening above a late spike. Do we want to try the opening range trade? That's the question. I've sent the poll on Zoom. OR trade? Yes or no?
You got me blocked out. You got me blocked out of the votes again.
Uh-oh. I'll get you next time. OOR trade. Okay. So asking on YouTube as well. Opening range trade is we wait for the first minute of trade and we buy the high if it breaks out above it. We sell the low if it breaks down below it. Daniel says he thinks it's going to be a choppy open. Jason says it'll be choppy. Shaw says no because he's expecting a range day, and you may be right, Shaw.
I voted no.
You voted no. 57% yes on Zooms, 83% yes on YouTube. So what I think we're going to do is watch it here. If it's
You're looking to take it to the long side. I mean, either side, either or.
I like the long side, but I'm going to go either or. If the range isn't too big, we got three and a quarter ticks, 3.25 points. So
I think you can buy out that 41. You can buy out that 41.35 area.
You like that 41.35, the low of the late spike. All right, we got almost a 5-point opening range. Opening range is done. One tick below. I did not put in the short. We have the late spike. Okay, here's the...
Now that we're back in range. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me
all right.
look at something here.
So 78% on YouTube said yes to take the opening range trade, which would put us short now. 58% said yes on Zoom.
Can I share something for either an exit strategy or potential long?
All right, let's see. Hang on 1 second, Ben.
Sure.
So we're going to stop sharing. I'm going to let you guys vote. What about a long at the base of the late spike, which is right against our low of the overnight session? I'm going to ask this one now. Do we look for a long at the base of the late spike? This is a pain. I got to type this out. Now I'm asking on YouTube. Andy was planning on buying the overnight low. All right.
You're talking about taking a long?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in here at 33. And we're going to be taking 33.26 below the point of control. for the long, if we get it. We may have missed it already here. But we've got 74% on Zoom saying yes. We've got 75% on YouTube saying yes to the base of the late spike. So we've got a mandate for that one. Okay, Ben.
You just got to pick your entry.
We picked it.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
All right. So you got a mandate for a long at the base of the late spike, you said?
Yep.
Like 33.25. Okay.
Yep.
This will inform that a little bit. And maybe make an adjustment or maybe not. But okay, so I'm pulling in this just a profile chart. It's in ones, okay, which just helps you see a bigger picture. Here's our overnight. This is back to the 31st, just basically 10 days. These were all like overlapping. I just merged them together, right? So when I did that, we come up with this volume breakdown here in this volume point of control. Now this is just the regular trading hours session. And also, okay, I forgot how I got these Fibonacci numbers, but at any rate, you got this volume point of control, you got this volume point of control, and this volume point of control is from yesterday. If we come down here and take out the overnight low, so on the, just a moment, the contract, this is what we're looking at as far as this area from like 28 right in here. This is the brick right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of getting away from it now. Well, anyway, if we get down here, let's maybe revisit this. But I'm looking at a little bit lower for a long. Is what I'm trying to say.
Back down where our stop currently is, right? 26.
Yeah, I mean, it may not even get down that far before you get some kind of reaction, or it may persist. If that's the case, there's going to be some strong selling. But I really feel that it's going to be very difficult unless there's some serious negative selling pressure from something to get through all this. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right now, we've got value, which is overlapping to higher only by a tick or two because the value area high, the volume is right at the high. And we've been rejected out of range initially, but if we but we did build a little volume here. If we get back down here again, maybe in B period, we're still going to have an hour's worth of value overlapping to higher, and it's going to take some serious volume and acceptance.
I gotta run. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You talking to me?
I don't know. Rick was saying something. He's got to run, maybe.
Yeah, are you talking to us?
Yeah, I gotta leave. I got a tree guy coming.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Have a good day, guys.
yeah, trade well if you do anything, buddy, and I'll talk to you later.
Yep, I'll talk to you. Bye.
Bye.
One thing I don't like about the spike, I mean, maybe a nice reaction of some bouncing in here, but we've got this overnight low right here.
Right at it, right?
Yeah. So, my experience has been it doesn't always take the overnight low, but when it gets that close, especially if it's only the shorter term traders trading, they seem to go for these targets, somehow.
So there's usually going to be some stops right underneath there. That's why I've got
Yeah, so they come through here and even from 4 to 12 ticks.
Yeah, I've got our entry pretty close to that, and I think our risk is pretty well placed because it's going to be well beyond any stops that are just below that. What I'm looking for, Ben, is your take out the low of the overnight and then come back in.
That's one way, but another way would be to maybe it won't take it out, and but if you get down here to just plan as part of the strategy, it's like, okay, I'm gonna build a position a little bit, but then have your risk, not far below this at all. Like it doesn't work, but just really see it having a hard time getting through here, and if it does, I think there's a market state change. Okay, that's all.
And what was that level?
From 31 down to 28, and then from 24.5 up to 28. So I have two little zones there.
Understood. Eboten said he saw the same thing.
What's that?
Eboten says he saw the same thing.
Okay. That's an interesting name.
Mm-hmm.
Ebaton or Eboten.
Good morning, Joe. So we're kind of just hanging patiently here. I think my next question would be, if we can't get down to the base of the late spike and we take out the high of the opening range, is that a long we would think about? Just comment in the comments if you would. Morning, JD. So what I'm asking is, we know our opening range right now is the high of the session. There it is. And we know we've opened above a late spike. We've closed the gap. We've struggled to get to the base of the late spike where we're thinking about buying it. If we can't get there and we take out the high of the opening range, does that offer us an opportunity for a long? Because I think that, the major nuance that we're looking at today is the fact that we opened above a late spike. Greg says yes, he agrees. Caesar, yes, but not yet. Well, what level will sellers take a stand? Well, obviously, the overnight high might be one of those levels.
All right, here comes some sellers.
Mm-hmm. Snowflake, yes. Barry Brooks, yes. Wouldn't go long against that 41.46.54 area because we've got some excess up here. Here's where we're waiting here. This is our bid. This is our stop. Snowflake says buy the lows. Joe,
I'm short.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying I'm shorting one down there from 36.75 to get there. Not risking much. I may get thrown out here.
Understood. Joe, I'm leaning long offensive sectors better RS than defensive. What's RS, Joe? Relative strength. Got it. Delta is negativo. This is presenting correctly, by the way. Hello, Jason. Another great person. My day yesterday, I didn't really do much live yesterday. I was not feeling things or seeing things too clearly, which is typical on Mondays. So far today in Make HOAG Money, we've done nothing. We're working a bid down here at 41.33. Jason, hope your week is getting off to a good start. everybody seems to be waiting for CPI. I want to take a look at crude here. Weekly kickoff low support so far. Sell off. Huh. I see what you're seeing here, JT. Huh. Daniel saying the NASDAQ is weak. The Russell is relatively strong. CPI numbers come out tomorrow morning at 7:30 Central, Botan. And then PPI on Thursday.
Oh, they got me.
Oh,
And I should have flattened at 35. Just struggling.
we seem to be struggling even to reach the overnight low and the base of the late spike. At least for now. We're going to try and stay patient here. I'm going to relaunch the poll. If we take out the high of the opening range, do we want to try a long? Poll is in Zoom. Long above the OR. Oh. All right. Now it's in the Zoom or the YouTube meeting. We're asking if we take out the current high of the session, which is the high of the opening range, do we try a long? DC short off VTPO. You mean volume point of control, VPOC? Yes. The current daytime frame VPOC, right? Like 31, 41, 36? Oh, 4150. Mr. Hoyt. What's up? You want to chat? Let's see what Mr. Hoyt has to say. Oh, he's in YouTube. There's the link if you want to get into Zoom. Mr. Hoyt, if you want to join us. So we're looking at 67% yes, 62% yes. So we've got an agreement here to look for a long above the opening range. I'm going to go 2 ticks above it, 41, 43, 50. And we'll work the stop if we end up getting hit. Patience, right, JD? JT, how's the bluebell? You trading with a bird on your shoulder? Molting. It's got to be itchy. Daniel says the bird made him take the trade. Huh. There's Mr. Hoyt. You all right there, Ben?
Well, I wouldn't say I took 2 more shots and they didn't work. Well, let me think for a second. I'm in one now. I don't remember how many shots I took, but I'm down a couple points. But this one's working so far.
Okay,
I keep shorting it, but I'm not risking much each time.
Right.
You know?
Good. What's up?
It's manageable right now. I'm not digging a hole too deep.
Good. Yeah, we don't want to dig any holes.
No, but I can tell I was starting to get sucked into it because I don't know if I'm impatient.
I can hear your breathing. You're getting upset.
I'm sorry. I'll move the mic.
No, it's okay. It's just, you notice these things when
You probably hear some heavy sighs now and again.
sometimes it's all right though. Hey, Mr. Hoyt.
Hey, good morning, all.
Do you remember this day? What day was this?
Let's see.
Whoops, that's the wrong thing.
Where did you go? Here you go.
Here it is. There's Mr. Hoyt right there.
Let me go full screen.
If you don't mind me asking, how old were you there?
Probably in my that was after the year 2000. I was probably like 32 or 33.
Oh, we're the same age.
In 70. What was, it looks like a busy day.
Look at all the confetti.
Yeah, was that New Year's or something?
New Year's. You're probably drunk.
Yeah, it looks like a full house.
Yeah. I saw that the other day. I was like, it's Mac.
Yeah, good picture. You said I love being on the floor. It was so much fun.
Did you work for Knife?
I did for like a couple of years. I think I worked for him in like late 02 until about 05. Maybe right around 05. Maybe it was early 06. And I talked to him like, Knife, dude, we're not doing any business. I know you hate to say it, but Just you don't need me here anymore. There's nothing for me to do. And I was like, I know paying me, you know what you're paying me. I know you're not making any money. So what do you want to do?
Wow, you were really nice.
Yeah, I was a classy guy. You know, I had other things to do. I was like, look, I got other things I can do. I mean, I love this, but look, there's nothing to do but stand around all day, which I don't mind doing because you guys are hilarious and you know, it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
But, you know, I get it. You got to make a move. So what's it going to be? I mean,
Anthony was a hard guy to get to laugh.
yeah. He had a lot of good stories, though.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah.
He was an intense dude. I mean, you know, I worked for Brannigan before I worked for him. Billy's a nice guy. You know, a little more. You know, Tone, his childhood stories were like when he realized how a kid grew up. You know, you understand who.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, when we got busy, he was the best. I mean, you could just bury him consistently. Every order in the book, just throw it at him. You know?
Done.
And he could do it. The issue with working with him was he would never work the order like unless it was on the market. You'd have to always tell him about it. Like other brokers that I work with, oh, you won't work 2 even on 100. You know, 10 minutes goes by, the market goes up, market comes back down, the guy's bidding 2 even on 100. Anthony, no. You're working that order. And when the market gets there, you got to tell him what to do. So that's how he could do so much, because it was just like in that second, boom, you know, you're just hitting him with everything you got. And it was just like boom, 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 boom. You know, he'd do it all. But it was kind of like, you know, it was an adrenaline rush all day long.
Sure. Man, those days that you went bell to bell, just constant, were just brutal. Like there's no way in on God's green earth that I could do that now.
Now forget about it. I mean, I remember even when I just started working for Knife, I had a guy, you know, give me an order, hey, even on 50. I'd be like, hey, even on 50, Knife, even on 50, you know, and then the market goes up and he's like, hey, buy 50. I'm like, buy 50. He buys 50. He's still working at even on 50. And I was like, no one did anything. I'm like, hey, even on 50, man, you're working. You know, I was like, what the hell?
Uh-huh.
Welcome back to the market.
Yep. He was actually a really good guy. I mean, if he wasn't making money and he was holding on to you, you know, taking care of you, that's the sign of a good guy.
Yeah, he was solid. I mean, you know, a lot of the locals didn't like him because if you had your hands up, you were fair game.
Oh yeah.
He's like, look, you're out of your market, or I'm not trading with you. It was like 150.
Yep.
I remember we had an order. There was some new. It was on the open. Something flashed across the board like blah blah blah, the White House, right? So one of our customers, Wink, he's waving at me. I'm like, hey, Wink, what's up? He's like, sell 500 at the market. And I was like, check, sell 500 at the market, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, nice, sell 500 at the market. It's from Wink. He was like, did you check that order? I'm like, I'm telling you, I checked it 2 times. He's like, okay. He just starts hammering away at the market, you know, and he's standing with, you know, Louis Borsellino and Reno, all those guys are right there. That's
right.
Like a big sign.
Right.
100, 150, 50, you're done. Then the market rallied the rest of the day. It was just fun.
Yikes. Only for those guys.
Those big orders were meant to be taken, you know? Unlike today, where we're just kind of doing nothing. I feel like it's New Year's Eve today.
Right.
We're waiting for inspiration or something. So the CPI, I mean, how big is that going to be? I think here.
A lot of folks are asking that, but who knows? You know, I mean,
like you said, nothing really.
You know, they're looking for lower numbers. If it comes out lower, then we're going to be, you know, pretty much okay. The year-over-year March, they're looking for 5.6, which is 0.1% higher. The month-over-month March, they're looking for 0.4, which is 0.1 point lower. The CPI month-over-month, year-over-year March, which I think is the big one with the most focus, last month was 6%. They're looking for 5.2%, which would indicate a slowing of inflation, not a reversal, of course. But who knows what investors and traders how they're going to react to it.
Right, that's the thing. I mean, we don't know the reaction until it happens. So right now it's just anybody's guess, and we're sitting here, like, we've had a big rally. Let me think here. Let me look at a bigger chart here. And the S&P. Since the close out of the quarter, we exploded on the 31st, and now we're just kind of like resting here, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, this was the SVB when we put in this low, Silicon Valley Bank, and ever since then we've been rallying.
I gotcha.
Right, and now we're range bound.
So the SVB was on what was that? What day is that?
Middle of March.
Middle of March. So that was basically the low. The market shook that off pretty quick, and now we're kind of toying with the high here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's common when we're approaching a prior high for the market to kind of rest and gather energy before it's going to push through it.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. That's what I was. I don't know if you watched the forecast or the prep last Monday. We had a higher day on lower open interest and lower volume. I said, "Oh, that's it. This auction to the upside is now tiring. It needs either a pullback or a consolidation to even out inventory." And I would call this a consolidation to even out inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
now we know inventory is going to be relatively even because everybody's going to be either flat or hedged for tomorrow.
Right. So now we just got to rock the boat, shake all the orders out of the tree.
Right. So who knows? I mean, I wish I knew what was going to happen tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah. That's why I don't play it.
Right.
That's why I'm like, I'm not going to get involved. I'm going to let the dust fall. You remember, I'm sure, was sitting there waiting for like unemployment numbers to come out.
Right.
You'd have your hands full of orders. You'd be like, I'm so scared right now. the blood in your hands would be freezing because the fear was causing all the blood to go into your major organs and muscle and muscle groups because you knew you were in for a fight. I used to laugh, man. I'd touch somebody with my hands and they'd be like, "Your hands are freezing." And I said, "Yeah, it's because I'm standing here in fear."
Excitement.
Yeah,
you're right. You're ready for the fight or flight. I mean, that's
absolutely. And if you've got your hands full of orders, you're in fight. There is no flight.
Yeah, you're in fight mode, baby. That's right, and that's why that gig was so fun. I mean, the adrenaline, to be pumped up all day. That's living. It's healthy. That's why I didn't have to exercise too much. I get home. I exercise all day, standing up, jumping around like a wild man.
Uh-huh.
And now we wait.
We're looking at. We've looked at a long down here against the overnight low. We're sitting here with a bid in at 41.33 because the base of the late spike here is just below that. Where is that base? It is 41.33 and a quarter. So we're right at the base of the late spike. And we just got close to getting a fill, but unable.
Yeah, I mean, I try a long down here. Today it's just a really hard day because on these slow days, it's tempting to just start flinging them when there's really no reason to.
Yeah,
it's just a real test of the patience. It's the hardest day on a slow day. You could lose your whole account on a slow little nothing day. And you look back and you're like, what was I doing? Like, what happened?
Right.
Why did I back this and this? Usually if I'm going to do that, it's an opportunity where, the payoff could be big. Here, I feel like the payoff is nothing. I mean, unless we take out the high, I don't see where we're going.
Yeah, it's always those great days when you look back at what you did and say, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, right. Like, what was I thinking? But that's the thing. You get caught up. Like, all of a sudden, it's one thing leads to another, and on the warpath when, you know, the game is be patient or go home, go to lunch, go to series, go anywhere.
Right. Go to Rivers. Go to Limit
Take a
Up.
walk. Take a walk.
Wuhan Tourism Bureau is asking why he's never seen a picture of me on the floor happy. Because your picture, you look pretty happy.
Yeah, I do look. Yeah, I was. That was one of, you know, it was the best. That was the best times of my life being on the trading floor, and the worst times. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
right? It was everything.
One day I held a 5 lot for a $12,000 loser. It was in 1998. We were coming off the low. It was in December. December of 98 was like the low of that serious down move. I mean, it flushed out a lot of big players. And I just happened to get short 5. It was like the high of the, you know, I sold the offer. It was the high of the move. Price started going against me, and I was just trying to buy the bid. I held that thing for 6 hours. The only reason I got out is because the market was closing. It was 12 points against me. So after that, the guy who backed me, Bill Shepard, called me upstairs. He's like, "Hoyt, what are you doing?" He's like, "Obviously 5 contracts is too big for you because you couldn't get out of a small loser." He's like, "Look, you know, money comes and money goes. The idea is keep the money going. It's okay to lose, just make it quick and small. If you can't do that, you can't play the game." So
Bill Shepard was one of the best mentors down there.
yeah, I mean, at the account, I'd grown my account to like 40K. So to lose 12.5 in a day was ridiculous, percentage-wise. But you know, the silly thing was, it was just stubborn. I didn't want to lose the money.
Yeah, that never happened to me, Matt.
Then the next day we opened another 10 points higher, and I bought them and, you know, did well. It was just amazing. It's amazing what you can do to yourself with the wrong thought process, just bad attitude, whatever. You know, you just get stubborn, and that's that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were lucky. You had Bill Shepard behind you. He started a lot of good guys. Mark Loncar.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started Reno, didn't he?
Yeah, Reno was 888. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A lot of guys.
Yeah, Bill Shepard was a good mentor.
I learned a lot from him.
Ben,
Yes.
you okay there, pal?
Well, you know, I have this perennial habit of coming to one tick within my target, right? I don't know if I would have been filled, but I actually was at 33.5 was my first exit.
Oh.
I decided, you know what, I'm going to put it on that VPOC of the two merged
And you weren't filled.
holiday hours and that. So I put it at 33 even, just above the overnight low. It came down an A period to 33.5, came down a B period to 33.5. And I'm still in it, but it's like, you know, they're jerking me around.
Uh-huh. They're teasing you.
Yeah.
Eric's asking what the lowdown was on the new Chicago mayor raising taxes on the CME transaction. CME headed to Texas or Florida. That was the threat always. I remember just about every mayor wanted to add a transaction tax to the trades on the exchanges. And the Merc said, yeah, go ahead, and we're moving to Texas. So I don't know what the deal is now, if that's a thing again. But I would imagine, you know, they're gonna try it.
And the Merkel said, think about how easy it is to move now. There's nothing tiny to this.
Right.
It's even,
Right.
You don't need brick and mortar. It's just like, see you later. I'm moving to cyberspace.
Yeah, just set up a big server farm and bye.
Yeah. All right.
What's the deal with, I heard there was like, I forgot what it's called, some little exchange was going to set up to bring back floor trading. I don't know where that is, but is it ever coming back?
I doubt it. I mean, just because, the market rewards efficiency, is a rotary phone ever coming back?
Right. That makes sense.
I wish it would.
Just the floor there was nothing like it,
Although I don't mind having an extremely short commute.
Yeah. I don't mind my cushy chair either.
I did the math once, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 30 years.
Yeah, it's a long time on the train or the car, whatever.
It's like 2 years of my life.
Right.
So Hang on. Where is...
So we opened above the late spike in a SPOO.
Yeah.
I feel like
So
nothing's happening. Maybe the market just grinds higher or does nothing. But
that's, I mean, if it was like a trading day when we weren't waiting for some big release, I would be much more aggressive to the long side as long as we hold that level.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 times 250, that's number of work days. That's 500 hours times 30, 7,500 hours. How many hours in a...
Divided by 24? How do we do the math from there? 700 hours. Well, there's 24 hours in a day, so...
Well, let's see, 24 times 365, 8,700. So it's basically a whole year of my life spent on a train.
Yeah, and they say it doesn't matter who you sit next to.
Vince looking for a short here.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about doubling down.
Mr. Valentine has set the price.
I mean, what I did, I took the low from Tuesday the 28th, just did a fib retracement, and the 38.2 is basically that 4101 level that we touched yesterday. We've tested that level 4 times. If we can't get below that, a move that doesn't get below the 38.2 shows a very strong market. So I feel like, if we take out that high, we're really going to run.
The high
Will it
from
happen
today?
Probably not, but that's a CPI thing. Once that number's out and digested and the market decides what it's going to do, I feel like if it takes out that high from, when was that, the 4th, Tuesday, we really got a lot of room to run to the upside. Now, if that doesn't happen, okay, well, time to go back down.
So Vince is short now. 3-point stop, target 26.50.
Yeah, I added one on up there.
Did you?
Yeah. So I can take one off. So,
There you go. Captain Price, no shorts on ES at 45 over daily. Yesterday it went up. After 11, he's going to wait. Eric, so many overlapping bars today, no direction, not enticing for me. I'm feeling the same thing. I mean, I'm still of the idea that the strongest nuance is the late spike and the fact that we opened above it.
okay, I got one off at 35 quarter.
Nice.
My first entry was 39 quarter. Then I put one in right on the high or this close or something. So my average price is 37.5.
NASDAQ is the weaker one today, which it has been, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only market below its closing price from the prior day, right? I think it closed at 13,150, and it's at basically 13.
Yeah, it's down 68 points right now. S&Ps are down a point.
Okay, here we go again. Sellers coming in hot.
We got a weak low here.
Yeah.
All right. So we've gotten a bid in here just below. Andrew's saying if it goes above and holds above yesterday's close, he'd be long. JT says NASDAQ's going to drag it down. Or is the S&P going to drag the NASDAQ up? CL, nice high of day break. There we go. 79.60 weekly kickoff low support. Son of a biscuit. It is absolutely beautiful outside. You look outside today.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Oh my. It might be too nice of a day to trade.
Yeah, maybe that's what all the smart traders are doing, playing golf.
Right? Yeah, the birds are chirping. There's not a cloud in the sky. 61 degrees. And here we are.
Yeah, we're still having fun. Just exercising the patience, the patient muscle.
Absolutely. Snowflake, open fire grilled snapper yesterday. You had me at snapper. I absolutely love red snapper anytime, anywhere, anyway. That's it. That does it. I'm going to get a nice whole snapper today.
Sold you on it, huh?
I haven't done that since I haven't. Well, I mean, we haven't really done much grilling, right?
Yeah.
When we made ribs for Easter, they were delicious.
Ooh.
I got an air fryer recently, and I been trying to figure out things to cook in it, what to do, you know. And I had this small pork tenderloin, and it was marinated or something, and I put it in there like 15 minutes. And it came out, it was like it's smooth and it was perfect. It was just like it actually tastes like the texture of like a filet mignon. It's so good.
Love it. It's like butter. Well, real bang up fun today here in Make HOAG Money, huh? We did nothing.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's the smartest thing to do. Sometimes it's great. You know, it's like I tell myself, part of my strategy is trade easy when it's easy. Mm-hmm. And this is not easy right now. This is when there's nothing to do, it's just not easy.
I'm tempted to reverse right now, but I know as soon as I do, it's going to tank.
Sometimes we wait. Yep. Jason, yeah, I'm a foodie. I like cooking because I like to eat.
Funny thing is, I'll probably blow through that overnight low now.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the range today? We have a 10-point range, barely?
Oh, wow. Hallelujah. Did you get filled?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the range so far.
33 to 42.
975.
Get two.
There's the base of the late spike.
We finally filled it in, huh?
Yep.
So where's your stop?
We have a stop in at 26, which is below the point of control from yesterday.
Got you. So long, what are you, long at 33, stop at 26?
Yeah. Now, as for a potential target,
I mean, if we take out the highs, we're for sure going to test the 4160, 4170, that the prior high from April 3rd, was it? Or April 4th?
well, what I'm going to do is be aggressive here, and I'm going to put in a target short of these highs at 55. And I am not going to touch it.
So what's your rate on that? Is risking 7 points?
Yeah, risking 7 to make
What about
22.
So, 3 to 1.
Yeah.
All right, we like 3 to 1.
Yeah. Now, is there any suggestion as to when to remove risk? If we take out the high of the current session, do we move the do we should tighten up the risk at all?
Yeah, I would go 2 ticks below the low of the day. And if you take out 49, I would go to break even. I think that's the over.
Okay. So if we take out the regular trading hour session high here at 42.75, we remove risk. Do we agree?
I agree.
Okay. So hard not to move my stops. It is, Barry, isn't it? But I don't know. So many times if I were to take off risk now, move this stop to break even +1, it would hit the stop, and then the whole trade would play without me. I hate it when that happens. So we're going to leave this as is, either stop or profit target. If we take out the high, we're going to remove the risk. And so we're going to either get stopped out or profit target or 3 o'clock, right before the reflection. So you want to see what happens? Come see the reflection.
Now you said your profit's at 55,
Right.
below some prior highs. So you're not going off the high of the day. You're going off Tuesdays, 9 o'clock ish.
Yeah, just kind of up here against the excess that we left up here.
I gotcha.
And this is interesting here because, if we actually do get up here, the recent high was in the overnight. And markets tend not to leave that, but it seems kind of aggressive for a day like today when we're really just kind of range boundish, probably, because we know that we got tomorrow, unless some buyers come in and decide they're going to adjust some inventory or pile into longs for a possible up move tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know. So
Yeah.
we're looking at 22 points. It's up near these highs, relatively close. And if we take out the recent high in the overnight, so be it. Still a good trade.
It will be a good trade. All right, let's see if it works.
All right.
It's just a whole lot of nothing. But again, I feel like a winner.
Well, you are. That's it, folks. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Matt. Thank you all for joining today. And won't be long. We'll be extending these and be able to watch more markets probably. So I'm looking forward to that.
I got a question.
Yeah.
The new express funded account.
Yes.
I was confused about it. How is it different? It says there's no targets. So I was like, well, what are we trying to do?
Well, you're able to profit on that, which is a sim account. If you're trading exceedingly well, the risk team is going to pick you up and put you in a live account.
I see. So it's still a monthly subscription till you go live.
No.
Okay.
The express funded account is an account you don't have to pay for. You are able to actually profit from.
That's what I don't understand. How do you profit from a sim account?
We're paying you.
I still don't understand.
So how long? So you've got to trade consistently to be plucked into a live account from the
Correct.
Oh. It's just kind of like a loose parameter. There's nothing set in stone. But obviously, if you lose, if you're down to $2,000 or whatever that is, then you've got to start over.
You would have to go back to step 2 if you lose the express funded account. Correct.
Okay.
So when you pass step 1 and 2 now, you go to a express funded account. You don't go live. Like everybody automatically has to do express funded.
Right. Because
seemed like there used to be some options or something.
Most people, the vast majority, were choosing basically the express funded account because it's much faster to get into.
So if I start with an express funded account, I've still got to do step 1 and 2, correct?
No.
Okay, so let's just say I pay for an express funded account right now.
You don't pay for the express funded account.
You get it once you pass step 1 and 2.
Right. Now you're funded.
But you don't trade live money.
Right.
But you get paid. That's what I don't get. Where's the money coming from?
Yep. That's the money.
I'll basically treat it like, because I got an email saying, "Oh, you could do the express funded account." I'm like, okay.
It's a live account basically, but to get into a real live account, it takes 7 to 10 business days.
Okay.
You could already be moving into a funded account from the express funded account in that amount of time, and making money.
Okay. Sounds good. And then manage the risk from there, and don't break any rules, because the rules are basically the same for the downside and risk management. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
So basically, you're trading a sim while you wait, and then once all the paperwork and everything or whatever it takes a long time to get funded come in, you get reimbursed for what you made in sim.
Yes. That goes into your live account. Or you can take payouts while you're still an express funded account.
Where's the money coming from? It just seems like it's coming out of Top Step's pocket.
Thin air.
All right, well, whatever.
No, it's not coming out of thin air. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out of our pocket.
Huh.
So does Top Step still offering the other combine, or is everything just express funded?
Everything is for express funded and then to live.
Okay.
But you can only go live. It's not just automatic after everything gets sorted out. It's like you have to. It's like another step, basically. Is that correct?
As I understand it, there's never a profit target on a funded account. We used to say if you made $5,000 in the pro account, then we would move you with $5,000 into a live account.
Yeah, I never understood that either.
Now it's, if you're performing well, we will move you into a funded account. But you're able to request profits from the express funded account.
But if you lose money, you don't have to pay Top Step the lost money.
No, you never do. Even if you're in a live account and you lose money, you don't have to pay it.
Huh.
Make sense?
Nope. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm sure it all comes out in the wash.
Yeah.
So if you're telling me there's no time limit, that's for sure a different change. Like it used to be every 30 days.
No time limit. No.
So no time limit. So you pay your entry fee to be the express fund, and then you trade. And when you do well,
there's no entry fee to the express funded account. Once you're past step 2, there's no like subscription fee to be in the express funded account.
Okay. Which was the same as the combine, basically past step 2.
In essence, yeah, but you're not paying for it. You're getting paid for it.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
I'm trying to make sense out of it. I think Top Step could update its website 'cause there's a lot of things on there that they don't do anymore.
It's in the process right now.
I'm sure it's difficult to do.
Yeah, it just takes time.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Hope. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Trade well, everybody.
We'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.